Hi guys, just wanted to hop on and talk about kyanite. So this is kyanite here. This is a really awesome stone for crystal healing because it does a lot of cleaning and clearing and also helps to balance any of the chakras. So when I did my meditation and I tuned into this crystal, the first words were clean and clear. And then they said rapid movement. And when they said rapid movement, I kind of was envisioning Superman. So that like kind of lightning speed where he's just able to move from one place to the other so quickly. The third eye. So when I was holding this, I could feel the energy moving straight from through my arm, my receptive hand, up into my third eye, and it was activating it. And it was just a very strong feeling of an activation happening in the third eye. Clearing away old energy and constant flow was a theme that ran through this meditation for the entire thing. And then they also mentioned to travel amongst the stars. And so to me, this means that you can use this crystal to kind of astral project or to leave your body and go other places, to be multidimensional and jump dimensions and, work on a quantum level. Purity, flow, and peace. So those words came in for this crystal. And then they mentioned again, creating a constant flow of energy. And when I was holding the crystal, I could feel it like moving through the entire body and clearing it. And then I felt my crown open and the access to the higher dimensions and the connection to source. And then they showed me a book open, and this for me is representative of the Akashic records and having access to that, which is the energy of all that was, is, and will be, and all the infinite possibilities. And also just your innate wisdom, connecting to that. They also mentioned this works with the body's electromagnetic field to create a pulsating vibrational movement to help heal. Also, starseed energy. So they mentioned that this is very much a starseed stone. And if you look at it, it kind of just has this sort of futuristic look to it. And a lot of times kyanite has like a white kind of like spikes coming from it. So it's very starseedy looking. So I asked what angels and ascended masters work with this crystal or very much connect with this crystal. And the ones that came up were Archangel Metatron, Archangel Sandalphon, and those two actually work with crystals a lot. They're very connected with sacred geometry and structure and the earth. They also mentioned Merlin and also Saint Nick, Santa Claus. So Merlin is a wizard or magician, and he's an ascended master, and so is Saint Nick. He's also an ascended master, and they both work with magic, and they are very much connected to this energy because of its like quickness. And if you can imagine, the whole idea of Santa Claus being very quick and moving from one place to the other at lightning speed. When I did my meditation around Christmas time, I tuned into him, and that was kind of some of the energy that was coming through. And also they mentioned that he comes from another star and is very multidimensional, which connects with this stone as well. The throat chakra. So of course, this is a throat chakra stone, and it's, because it's blue, it's going to help with communication, with expression, all those things that have to do with the throat chakra. They also mentioned channeling with this crystal, and interestingly, so when I was meditating with this crystal the other day, the information, I did another like channeling session after I meditated with the crystal, and my information that was coming through was coming in so quick and vivid and just very, it was dropping into my consciousness so much more clear than it sometimes does. And so this is a great crystal to use when you're channeling as a tool. Sound healing. So sound healing makes sense with this crystal also because it is the crystal for expression and communication, and has to do with that throat chakra. So that made sense when that came through. Also, they mentioned that this crystal brings about a sense of truth and awareness when you're working with it. And then they also mentioned being in the flow again. So that was kind of a common theme, was being in the flow, that this crystal helps you do that, which was so crazy because the other day when I was working with it, I would just say something and it would manifest within like 20-30 minutes. And my friends and I were kind of joking about it, how like quickly I was being able to manifest things that day. And I really believe it was because I meditated with this crystal prior. So they also mentioned that this crystal helps you to be, or they said choosing to be in your authentic self were the words that they used. So it helps you to be in your truth. And then they showed me an ankh. An ankh is the Egyptian symbol for the symbol of life. And then there was like a string of Egyptian stuff that came up around this crystal. So they did show me Sekhmet, I can never say that right, and also Nefertiti, and then the ankh. And so it was kind of interesting. It just kind of came in and then came out, and but there's a connection with this crystal and that Egyptian culture. Activating the DNA code. So they did mention that this helps to activate the DNA code and also to unlock your potential. So, things that are dormant within you, gifts that are dormant, that you can activate them with this crystal. They showed me the tree of light lighting up, and so to me this is just very connected to the sacred geometry that is connected with the crystals. They also said the words activating the soul molecule, and then they said I am, and it past, present, future, and the timeline happening all at once. They also said that this helps you with the ability to soar like a hawk or an eagle, and that's what they kind of showed me was like being high up in the sky and just like floating and gliding through life. They also mentioned again that this is an activation crystal and it stimulates the third eye or the pineal gland, and then they said it creates an intention to wholeness. And then they would use the words lightning speed again, and transporting energy through the ethers. So this was my Kyanite meditation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just comment below, and I thank you for listening.